In this video, I want to do a quick unboxing, demo, and review of the Greenworks 60-volt 25-inch dual blade mower. Okay, I'm going to start by unboxing. I got this from Home Depot. There's a lot of tape on it. I don't know if this is repackaged or not, so we'll see what's inside. All the damage on the box seems to be just to the box itself. It doesn't look like it actually damaged the mower on the inside. So I thought this was interesting. It looks like this lip right here is bent, so this can't actually slip inside, so I'm gonna have to get some pliers and bend this out. Alright, I got everything put together, it looks like, so I'm just gonna do a quick once over of this. Definitely got banged up in shipping. There's some scuffs here and there. Right there. You probably can't see them in the video, but there's definitely some damage done in transit. Actually seems kind of cheaply built. But here are the blades spinning, the rear-wheel drive wheels. Of course, these are just on axles right here. Flap guard. Here's the rear part. Looks like a plug. And here's the front part. A ribbon for this turbo button was actually stuck out here, so they didn't even bother shoving it all the way in before sticking this plastic strip over it. So I just shoved it back in and then put it back down, so we'll make sure this button actually works. These are super easy to move. I feel like I'm gonna break them. Right here. This moves very easily. Hopefully it doesn't vibrate loose. These are the quick release to change the height. And this is the height adjustment right here. So really easy. You do it one-handed. Set it on the lowest setting. So you got numbers, they're not actually defined as inches. I don't know, there might be inches. You got the looks like a kill switch right here. Kills power. Back in, you got the battery compartments. Just feels really cheap. And I know the batteries are loose and they're banging all around, so I could definitely see scuffs on it from that. Got a little handle, that's nice. You got LED. Ultra power. Again, a little bit of scuffs here and there on this edge right here. This could have been the batteries too, hitting that. A nice little whack right here. It was hard enough to actually straighten out this steel lip, so something hit it pretty hard. I don't think I damaged anything. I'd rather it hit this than the plastic, because that definitely would have shattered plastic. Here are the batteries. They should both be 4 amp hours each. I need to charge these for probably a couple hours. Looks like it just sits like that. These batteries are really heavy. It's going to add a lot of weight to that mower. And here's a spare set of blades. I think these are actually high lift, so there's a bigger angle of attack right here to lift the grass up, and bag it better. So I'm going to pause the video right here and charge these batteries for a couple of hours. So it looks like there's a release. So to put it in, you just put it in like this. Make sure the blades match up. Push down and it clicks, and it looks like to release it, you just press this and it comes out. While holding this, you could then use the self-propel or the blades, or do both at the same time. So I'm going to demonstrate just using the self-propel. So again, press the power button, then press the self-propel. Pretty easy. You got to go forward a few inches after releasing the self-propel handle right here. Otherwise, the drive is still locked and the rear wheels are completely locked, so you can't walk backwards. And here's the speed. I have it on lowest speed. I don't know how you could ever mow unless it was really short on the max speed, because it's really quick. Let me demonstrate that. So this is the max speed. So turn that down. Now I'm going to show you the blade. So same thing. Press the power button right here. Lights up. Then you can hold this at the same time. So I'm going to do it. And it sounds like it has an automatic brake on the blade, which is nice too. So it's completely stopped within about a second of releasing the handle. So again, these feel really cheap. I'm kind of worried about these braking, so just be careful with these. Definitely don't want to pull back on this one, since this is supposed to move this way. If you pull back, you could snap it. So now I'm going to go practice on it and then show some footage of mowing the lawn. The thing that I thought was pretty cool is the headlight up here. So I'm going to just turn on the blade and I'll show you how it lights up. And it does the same thing if you do the self-propel. And it shuts off about a second after you let go. So pretty cool. I don't plan on mowing at night, but it is a cool feature if you needed to move this in the garage at night and move it to a shop or something. Forgot to show the turbo feature. So this just increases the blade speed by turning it on. It's not temporary, it's full on until you press it again. So at least I know that that exposed strip of ribbon that was out and that was out didn't affect it, so it still works. So I'll demonstrate that now. I'm going to let it get up to speed and then press it. I don't know if that comes through the video. It's a little tiny bit louder. You can definitely hear it cycling up when it's on turbo. Alright, so this is a test of the mower. You can see the grass is really tall. It's about 6 inches in some areas, and it's really dense over there. It's a different type of grass. Zoom in, you can see it. So I have it on the setting, I think 2. I don't know what that equates to in inches, but I have it halfway through the speed. So we'll see how it goes. I'm just mulching it, so it should be pretty hard on the engine. And I'll see how good the cut is, see if it misses some spots, and we'll go from there. Alright, here's a quick view of the grass. It's cutting really well. Mulching it up. You can see it's bunching up right here because there's so much. What I'm going to do now is put it on the turbo mode and max out the speed. So we'll see if it's able to cut it with the same quality. Right, so I was able to stall it. You can see all this grass right here. It started beeping and wouldn't start, so this light was lighting up and beeping. And I took out the batteries and put them back in, and it still didn't start. And then I lifted it up and saw that there's a whole bunch of grass under here that was stopping it. So it seems to have a load sense on the blade when it first starts, so that it's not trying to push against a hard load. So I just removed the grass, put the batteries back in, and then started right up. So it looks like I can't push it at turbo at max speed with this thickness of grass. So I'm going to tone the speed down a bit and keep it on turbo. Alright, the yard is done. I got this side going that way, and then this area going this way. You see the wheel pattern. Looks like a good cut. Here's a shot of how short it is. Truly short. I think this is 2 inches. It did stall 3 different times. So what happens if it gets too much grass in there, like right here? You can see it'll do the beeping thing and stop, and you got to clear it, and then it'll start right back up. And I did go into the second battery. I only have 2 bars left, so these are 2 4-amp-hour batteries. As I used quite a bit. I did notice when it did shift over, it bumped up in RPMs. So after use, it seems like the voltage drops on the existing battery until it switches over, and then it was going much faster after that. So I need to make sure that the battery's still okay once I recharge it. These handles are really sensitive. I'm still worried about snapping these off when I'm doing turns because they are very light and cheap feeling. So I got to be careful there. This was handy because I had to slow down for sure in the thick parts and put on the lowest settings at times. But all in all, it cut very well. Here's some thick parts over here. I think it stalled right here as well. So I was probably walking about maybe 2.2 miles per hour. So I had to go pretty slow. I wish this thing had a side chute because I could have gone much faster. But I'll put this inside and then give my thoughts on this mower. Okay, so to give my final thoughts on the mower, it's definitely not a gas replacement in my opinion. It doesn't have the torque, and it will bog down and stall the motor on thick grass. But again, I was mowing really tall grass at the second to lowest setting, so it was a lot of strain on the motor for sure. I ended up going through 1 full battery and then half of the second battery, which is actually pretty good because if you calculate out the how much energy you're putting in and your cost, it's like 5 cents to fully charge both batteries at 10 cents a kilowatt hour. So as far as cost, I mean, this is a huge saving per mow over a gas mower, so that's something to consider. It's definitely going to take getting used to basically a fully plastic mower. I'm always worried about possibly breaking something and then not being able to use it. But I have had a Greenworks mower for the past like 5 years. It was a corded model and not nearly as much plastic, but I think they do build these to last for residential purposes anyways. I don't know how long this would actually work in a commercial environment mowing this every day. And of course, it's definitely lighter and stores like this, so this is great. This is only about 1.5 feet at most if I pushed it up all the way against the wall, so very little footprint, so that makes it nice to store in small spaces. It's fairly easy to lift and lift it safely. You could hold it close to your body so you're not straining your back. I think this would be very easy to take out of a pickup truck. I don't know the longevity of this. This hasn't been out long enough even from the other reviews to be able to tell how long it'll last. It's mainly down to the batteries. It seems like they start to fail first. I wanted to show the batteries charging. The fan is actually really loud on this, so that's something to keep in mind. You probably don't want this going on in your house for too long, but it does charge them up very quickly, less than an hour for sure. And that's my review of the Greenworks 25-inch mower. Thanks for watching.